Been using this kit for 1 month, guys. 1 freaking month, and all I gotta say is, oh, wow. This is the G-Priv kit by Smock. Basically, what this is it's a touchscreen device. It's got a capacitive glass touchscreen, the closest thing to a cell phone as far as functionality I've dealt with to date. All these other touchscreen devices in the vaping market, crap. And I thought that about this when I first got it. I was like, oh, it's gonna be another one of those. Nuh-uh. This is awesome. Awesome, man. I'm gonna tell you, it's responsive, it's efficient, it's effective, it's just easy to use, man. The menu screen, a cinch, and you can do so much with this. You can vape in TC mode, TCR mode, regular wattage mode, so much. On top of that, it comes with this big baby beast tank, which in my opinion is probably their best tank that they've made. And again, this is my opinion, but I love it. This kit is a win-win. I know, I'm enthusiastic, I'm a nut, but you know what? When I'm really passionate about a product, oh, you gotta know about it. Here she is, boys and girls, the packaging for this Smock G-Priv kit. And inside that packaging, you will receive your Smock G-Priv 220 watt TC mod. Comes with this black rubber case for your G-Priv mod. Included is a USB cable for charging and upgradable firmware. Oh, and guess what? You also receive this big baby beast tank with a pre-installed coil head, an extra coil head, an extra glass tube, all these extra goodies, gaskets, O-rings, a 510 drip tip adapter, and 2 vape bands. Now, I'm going to go ahead and state it. This big baby beast is phenomenal for what it does, for what it comes with, but in this video, I'm not going to go over any more details about this tank because I've got another video already, okay? I'll post a link down in the description. Check it out if you're interested in this big baby beast. In this kit, you also receive this Smock G-Priv kit user manual, a battery warning card, and you also receive this warranty/verification card. So here's what you guys have been waiting for, this G-Priv 220 watt TC mod. Few measurements for you. She's 85mm by 58mm by 28mm. Now I want to point this out again. From this panel to this panel, she's 28mm, like I just mentioned. But from the edge of this black section right here to the edge of this black section right here, she's only 22mm. And from the edge of this black section down here to the edge of this black section down here, and this is where your atomizer screws on, by the way, she's only 24.5mm. All right, so check it out. Here's where the big baby B screwed on here, the tank that comes with this kit. And I mean, it's made for it. It is made for it. This is a 24.5mm tank, 24.5mm, like I said, down here. And check it out. She sits flush. Now here's what she looks like with a 25mm device screwed on her, and this is the Ferro Dripper tank, my Ferro Dripper tank, and check it out. There is a tiny bit of overhang because this is 25mm, this device is. Like I said, down here, it's only 24.5mm from the black section to the black section, and check it. There is a little bit of hangover, you see that? Maybe a con of some of you guys out there, just to point it out. Doesn't look bad, but it could look better if this bowed out just a little bit more. Smock, I'm talking to you guys. On the front, as you guys can see, you have this glass touchscreen, and it is a capacitive touchscreen. That is right. It's super accurate. We'll get into that, but it says Smock up top. You got your fire button on the side, okay? And you click it up top and in the middle to fire it up. Nice clicky button. And then you have this button up top, which is your locking/stealth button. Nice clicky button. And then on the back, you have your carbon fiber-esque battery panel, and this battery panel is super duper strong. Strong magnets. Some of the strongest magnets I've seen on a mod. I mean, sometimes when I get my fingernail in here, it feels like I'm going to rip my fingernail off. No kidding. Okay, yeah, that is just super duper strong. See if I can get it like this. It's almost too strong, guys. There. There we go. Super duper strong. But yeah, like I said, carbon fiber S says G-Priv up top, 220 watt TC down below. Got those 2 magnets up top, 2 magnets down below. And here's the battery tray. You got your spring-loaded contacts right here. Again, magnets, 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 super strong magnets. But yeah, I love how clean this device is. Clean, clean, clean. Negative down here, positive up here. Again, hear how strong this battery door is, these magnets. So yeah, a little recap for you. You got your capacitive touchscreen, glass touchscreen on the front, fire button, you got your lock button/stealth button up here. Then you have that battery panel like I just showed you. On this side, there's nothing. At the bottom, you have your USB port for charging and upgradable firmware. Well, they market it's got upgradable firmware, that it's got wireless upgradable firmware, but I've yet to see it. You also have ventilation holes over here. At the top, she's got stainless steel threads with a spring-loaded gold-plated 510 pin. So here's a close-up view of those stainless steel 510 threads and that gold-plated spring-loaded 510 pin. So in order to turn this device on, you got to hit the fire panel 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and you're going to see, well, you should see the Smock logo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There she goes. There's a Smock logo. Sometimes it doesn't turn on every time. You have to really hit that fire button, fire panel 5 times, for mine at least, to get it to turn on, but it's not that big of a deal, okay? In the top left corner, you get the clock. Top right corner, you got the dual battery gauge. In the middle, you get the wattage adjustment, and then down here, you got the amps, the voltage, and the resistance. Now, this is in wattage mode, and if I want to go ahead and adjust it right now, I can. All I got to do is just touch it. I can go in 0.1 increments, or I can hold it down, and she scrolls, and she gets faster and faster and faster, and goes all the way up to 220 watts. I can scroll down. Oh, and it does not round robin. 0.1 increments once again, hold it down again, goes all the way down to 1 watt. Oh yeah, and as you guys can see right there, it says normal. That's their effects setting, which is basically the same thing as the preheat boost settings. Now let's go ahead and say I have it to my preferred 60 watts in normal preheat boost setting. If I want to go ahead and lock the screen, I can do that. All I got to do is hold down this button right here, hold it down, and boom, it locks it. I can't adjust anything. Nothing. And like I said, this is also a stealth mode button. Tap it to turn it back on, tap it to turn it off. When you hit the fire button, obviously nothing's on here. It says check atomizer, you see that? But let's say I had something on there. If I'd have hit the fire button with it turned off, that's stealth mode. Now if I click it, turns back on, hit the fire button, it stays lit. Stealth mode, non-stealth mode. Lock button, non-lock button. Now I'm going to go ahead and unlock it, hold that down, and she's unlocked. Alright, so let's say we want to get into the menu settings. What we got to do is hit this arrow up here, okay? Tap that, and we are in TC mode, variable wattage mode, max puff settings. We're going to go into TC mode. So we are in TC mode now, and as you guys can see, we're in stainless steel mode. But if we click this arrow, we see nickel, titanium, stainless steel. We could choose nickel, okay? We could choose titanium, or we could choose stainless steel like we were just in. Stainless steel is my preferred, by the way. You can also go down to preheat. We can go in that, and there's a bar, right? We can adjust it all the way up to 220 watts, all the way down to 10 watts, or we can use the wattage up, wattage down buttons, tap on that, or we could tap the wattage down. But if you want to dial it in, you can always use the plus and the minus. Okay, when we're done with that, let's say we're happy with 152 watts, hit OK, and it's set. We can also adjust the TCR, hit that, use the bar if you want, the plus or the minus, and we're done with that, hit OK. And we can also set the resistance. Again, use the bar, the plus, or the minus. And when we're done with that, hit OK. And when everything's a go, we have everything set. In order to activate it to vape in temperature mode, all you gotta do is hit activate. Hit that button, and she's activated. Then hit the fire button, and we are vaping in temperature mode, boys and girls, with all those settings we just set. 152 watts, stainless steel, 425 degrees Fahrenheit. And of course, you can adjust the temperature on the main screen by tapping it, hold it down, and it adjusts between Fahrenheit and Celsius. And when we are vaping in temperature mode, boys and girls, on the screen, we got the clock up here, the dual battery gauge, the Fahrenheit, the temperature set, the wattage, and then what we're vaping in, stainless steel, nickel, titanium. Also down here, you got the amps, the voltage, and the resistance. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get out of this screen and go into variable wattage mode and show you how to adjust that and change the effects or the preheat boost settings. But in order to do that, we've got to unlock this screen right here. And in order to do that, hold down this button right here. Go back, go into variable wattage mode, and we are in variable wattage mode. Now we can choose normal preheat boost settings. They call it effects, but I call it preheat boost settings. We go into normal. Okay, we can go to minimum, soft, normal, hard, or max. We can also adjust the wattage. Use this bar, go all the way up to 220 watts, all the way down to 10 or 1 watt. Sorry, 1 watt. So it's 1 watt in variable wattage mode and 10 watts in temperature mode. And we can also use the plus and the minus. I'm going to go, let's see, 115 watts. Why not? I'm going to go down, actually. Hit activate, the fire button, and now we're in wattage mode. And again, out here, we can adjust the wattage. Go ahead and screw the big baby into this mod. And when I hit the fire panel, it's going to say new coil, yes or no. So yes for the 0.2. And as you guys can see, it says 0.2. And again, you can go back in like I showed you, and you can change the resistance of the coil if you want. Hit the fire button. And there is a 12-second cutoff time, just to let you know. And that's in wattage or temperature. Now, like I showed you before, once I have all my settings set, what I like to do is lock the screen. Okay, I hold this button down, I lock the screen. Now, if I'm out and about and I'm vaping, and when I'm done vaping, I want to pop this thing in my back pocket or my front shirt pocket, what I'll do is I'll hit the fire button 3 times, and what that does is it locks the device. 1, 2, 3. Like I said, locks the device. She's not firing up. She's not doing anything. Great feature to have, especially if you're on the go. And of course, to unlock, you hit the fire button 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And she's back to firing. Go ahead and screw my ferro back in here because I've got a stainless steel build in here and I want to vapor in temperature mode. Hit the fire button. It's going to say, oh, new coil. Yes. And I make sure it's in stainless steel. Yes, it is. Activate. Hit the fire button. And I'm ready to rock with this ferro in here with this stainless steel build. This stainless steel fused Clapton build. Now, if you go back into all the menu settings, you go in there and click on settings, and you're going to see the ID number, the model number, the screen timeout, which is 60 seconds. You can go in and you can adjust that with a sliding bar, the plus and the minus, okay? You can adjust the time and the date, or you could reset everything. It resets everything back to the factory default, and we don't want to do that. I don't, at least. Go back, go to max pull. We can set the max puff counter, adjusting it up to 2,000. You can also adjust it with the plus and the minus. Reset it, which I've done plenty of times. And that's pretty much it, guys. Easy peasy, simple squeezy. And like I showed you guys at the beginning, not only can you turn this device on, but you can also turn this device off. 5 clicks, the fire panel does it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to ask you power off system, yes or no. And if we hit yes, it's powered off. All right, so remember how I showed you guys this thing comes with a rubber sleeve? Well, here's what it looks like with this sucker on there. It looks pretty cool. I actually prefer it with it off, but some guys prefer with it on there. You know, it is comfortable, but again, I like it with it off. Looks pretty stylish. And it fits pretty darn good. All right, so check it out. I've got the USB cord installed into the USB port, and look at this. Up top where the battery gauge, the dual battery gauge is, it says the percentage of the charge. You know, I wish it would show the percentage all the time when the USB cord's not even installed. Also, another thing, when you have this USB cord installed, you can vape this thing like a pass-through. So I only found 3 cons for this device, and they're all gonna be pretty much nitpicky. The first one, any 25mm device you screw on here, there's gonna be slight overhang. Here's the ferro, she's 25mm, and look at that. Just a little bit of overhang. Next con, this is also going to be pretty nitpicky, but look at that. This glass screen, it's a fingerprint magnet. And then the last con that I found for this, also going to be very nitpicky, but when you get into temperature mode and you're scrolling through the temperature settings, the wire settings, with this little scroll down menu, if you have fat fingers, it can be difficult. It's not horrible, it's got great response, but if it were bigger, it'd be better. And that goes for the preheat boost settings too, the scroll down menu. Also, another nitpicky con, the USB port being on the bottom instead of on the side. You know, it's nitpicky, but it's something to be mentioned. Now, everything else about this device are a bunch of pros, man. I don't even know where to start. This thing is awesome is all I got to say. The mini screen, this is the best touchscreen device I have dealt with to date. It's a capacitive touchscreen, as close as you're going to get to a cell phone nowadays for vape devices. And not only is it the best as far as functionality, but it's big, bright, beautiful, and clean. Oh yeah, and as far as navigating the menu settings, it's a piece of cake. Not only does this sucker vape great in regular wattage mode, but it also vapes great in temperature mode, and you can adjust it in TCR. I love how you can not only lock the screen, but you can also lock the device. Now, when it comes to charging this device, most devices, I don't recommend sticking your USB cable in there and charging a dual 18650 mod, but with this one, it has proper balanced charging. As you guys saw before with this magnetic battery panel, the magnets are super duper strong. Oh yeah, and the tank that comes with this bad boy, this big baby beast, is phenomenal. If you missed my first look, again, I'll post a link down in the description, but it's an awesome tank, a winner chicken dinner. And every other tank or delivery system device that I own screws down flush, and makes a connection. There's zero gaps. Here's the Merlin Mini RTA, the Petrie RTA, the Mage GTA. Here's another one for you, the Gilly Tank. Also, another thing with mine's the latest version, and with the older versions, you could see behind the fire panel, you could see the menu screen, the light up. Not with this one, it's completely sealed. And the fact that they include the silicone sleeve is yet another pro. And last but not least, doesn't this thing just look the tits, man? Don't you just love the black with the red accents? Looks classy. So right now I've got this baby beast on here which comes with this kit, and I've got the 0.2 ohm coil head. And if you missed my first look, and I'm going to mention this again because some of you guys miss things, it's okay. But if you missed my first look of the baby beast tank, I'll post a link down in the description. This 0.2 ohm coil head that comes with the baby beast, that 0.2 ohm coil head is probably one of my favorite coil heads that I've tried from Smok. It's that good. Flavor, vapor, on point. So yeah, this coil head's reading at 0.2 ohms. I'm vaping at 55 watts. Got her set to normal mode, just in regular wattage mode. Airflow on the baby beast halfway open. Here we go. Blissful vape. And of course I could take her up if I want to. Alright, so I'll take her up 20 watts to 75 watts. Here we go. Awesome, 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 awesome. So after I vaped on the big baby for a while, I was like, wow, it's Vape's great on this mod, this G-Priv mod. Then I said, you know what? I want to do a stainless steel build. I want to see how this thing vapes in temperature mode. So I popped the Ferro on there, put a fuse Clapton stainless steel, 316 stainless steel fuse Clapton in here, and she's reading right now 0.23 ohms. I'm vaping her at 465 degrees Fahrenheit. Have her at 75 watts. It says stainless steel on there, and I've got the airflow wide open. Here we go. This is the setup. This is the setup that I've been using, man. Most of the time. Now, if I want something more convenient, I pop the tank on there, the big baby, and I'm rocking. Hell effing yeah, if I'd have lost this thing today, I'd definitely go out tomorrow and buy one. It's that good in my opinion. Now, price point for the kit, I'm seeing 90 to 100 bucks. Still, well worth it. Now on to that giveaway. That's right, I'm giving away 2 of these bad boys to 2 you lucky random winners, and here's how to participate. 1, you gotta be a loyal YouTube subscriber of mine, and 2, you gotta post down in the comment section either your Facebook handle, Instagram, or your email if you're comfortable with it. If you're not, then okay, then don't do it. But one of those 3 things you gotta post down there, and what I'm gonna do is, it may be tomorrow, maybe the next week, and maybe the week after that, I'm gonna pick 2 lucky random winners. I'm gonna contact those 2 lucky random winners, get their mailing address, and get their prize out to them. Good luck! This is Rip Trippers, and remember, smoking is dead, vaping is the future, and the future is now.